Now the topic is soil chemical properties. Soil chemical properties. Soil chemical properties mainly discussed under the headings of soil pH, soil ion exchange and soil salinity. Now we will discuss only the ion exchange of soil. Okay. The term ion exchange related to the two words. First thing is the ion and second thing is the exchange. Okay. What do you mean by ion? Ion is the charged particles. It may be positively charged or may be negatively charged. Positively charged particles is known as a cation. Cation is a positively charged ion. What is an ion? Okay, negatively charged particles is known as a anion. It's negatively charged ion. Now, second word is the exchange. What do you mean by exchange? Exchange is related to the replacement of homogeneous substances. Rather, it's related to the replacement of the homogeneous substances. Rather, exchange is the reversible process. It's a reversible process of homogeneous substances. Okay, take an example. Okay, a girls in a classroom, a girls is replaced by the girls. The sitting position of a boys in a classroom replaced by a boys. That is the example of exchange. Exchange means replacement by the homogeneous substances. Here in the case of ion exchange, cation, rather the positive ion will be replaced by the positive ion. Cation is replaced by the cation, anion is replaced by the anion. This is the basic theme, basic properties of ion exchange. That is the reversible process of homogeneous substances. Homogeneous substances. Okay. Now come to the point of colloids. Before going to details in discussion about soil exchange, soil chemical properties and ion exchange, be a clear idea about the colloids. What is colloids? Colloids are the teeny particles. It consists, normally we have an idea about the soil structure. Okay, soil structure. Okay, soil structure is consist of soil normally composes of sand, silt and clay and sometimes organic matter. Sand, silt and clay and the organic matter. Okay, and some soil have more clay, other have more silt. Maybe there may be various kind of composition. Okay, uh, each soil have nutrient storage capacity. Each soil have nutrient storage capacity. Okay, and this nutrient storage capacity is related to the this nutrient storage capacity of the soil is related to the surface area. And here I would like to mention one thing. Among the sand, silt and clay, the clay particles is the tiniest one, and but the surface area of clay is largest. Okay, and clay particles always contain negatively charged. It is the anion or negatively charged. Okay, this is the special characteristic of clay. Now come to the point of colloids. Colloids. What is colloids? Colloids consist of clay minerals and the organic matter. It may be two types, with maybe with the clay materials or the humus or the organic matter. Okay, clay particles. Oh, sorry, colloid particles. Okay, it's very small in size. It's very tiny in size. Normally, its diameter range from 1 to 1000 nanometer. Very teeny particles. Okay, colloids is normally very teeny particles, and it is not visible into the naked eyes. Through the help of electron microscope, it is visible. Okay, it's not visible in naked eyes. It remains suspended in water beyond the normal time because it's very tiny. That's why it remains suspended in water beyond the normal times. Okay, special characteristic of colloids is that its negatively charged particles. Rather, colloids it's itself an anion. It's a negative charged particles. Here clay is also the negative charged particles and colloids is the negative charged particles. Okay. Now come to the next step. Okay. Uh, now I am talking about the storage capacity of nutrient. Okay. Plant needs nutrient for survive, for production, all these things. So now come think about the storage capacity of nutrient of the soil. Now come to the point of surface area. Okay. What is the surface area? Suppose this is the soil. These are the soil particles. The space is surrounded by a soil surface known as a surface area. The space surrounded by the soil is known as the surface area. This is the surface area. Okay, but surface area of the soil and surface area of the particle size is different. Soil surface area is not same as the particle size. This is the area surrounded by the soil particles is known as soil surface area. The ion exchange capacity related to the related to the surface area. Before going to the process of ion exchange, rather cation exchange process, to be clear, get a clear idea about the colloids, that's the tiniest particles. It remains suspended in water beyond the normal limit, and it is negatively charged particles, and clay soil, rather clay particles is also negatively charged particles, and clay, the particle size of clay is tiniest one, but the surface area of the clay is the largest one. Okay, these basic properties, this nature is plays a vital role in the soil ion exchange method. Okay, now come to the point of ion exchange. First thing is the cation ion exchange. Okay, cations exchange. Cations means the positive charge ion. Cations means positive charge ion. Few positive charge ion are as follows. Soil cations are calcium. In soil, cations are calcium, magnesium, potassium, ammonium, hydrogen, and sodium. Okay, and symbol are here. Those are the positive ion or cations in the soil. Please notice that some cations have more than one positive charge. That is, K is only +1, but calcium is Ca++, double plus. Okay, few have more than one positive charge. Okay, now come to the point of cation exchange. Okay, I have told you that cation, that is the positive ion replaced by the positive ion. Okay, suppose this is a soil. These soil particles is negatively charged because the presence of colloids or the presence of clay particles. This is negatively charged particles. And this is the surface area of the soil, and those are the hydrogen, that is the cations are in the soil surfaces. Those are the hydrogen. Okay, these negative charge particles attracts the positive charge particles. This due to the colloids and due to the clay particles, this soil is negatively charged. That negatively charged particles will attract, that's the very normal rules of nature, attract the opposite ions. Okay, it will attract another positive ion. Suppose positive ion, suppose there here is calcium sulfate. Okay, here is calcium sulfate, the CaSO4. You know, calcium is the cations, calcium is the positive ion. Okay, and calcium sulfate is CaSO4. It will broken into the Ca++ ion. Okay, and SO4 minus ion. So Ca++ ion is the cations. Okay, and this cation, that is the Ca, will start journey H2 due to the attraction of these negative particles. Start journey due to the attraction of these negative particles. And it will replace, I told you boys will replace boys, girls will replace girls. So cation will replace another cations, and that means that is the exchange method and take the places of cations. So Ca is a cation, calcium is a cation. It will go there and replace the hydrogen. Hydrogen is released. Hydrogen will released from here. Okay, and hydrogen will release from here. And Ca plus plus and Ca plus take the position of hydrogen. Okay, and this hydrogen is released, and this hydrogen comes and join with the it will come and join with the SO4 negative charge ion, and SO4 H plus ion plus H plus ion, and that will constitute H2SO4. That is the different another part. This is not included in cation exchange method and create sulfuric acid. And Ca will replace the hydrogen. Ca calcium will remain attached in the surface of the soil, just like it will replace the position of hydrogen and remain attached to the surface of the soil, never penetrate, never goes in the center of the soil. That's why this process is called adsorb, not the absorb. Ad, not the B. Adsorb. That means the cation replaced by the cation, and those cations remain attached in the surface area of the soil, and this process is called adsorption of the cations. Ad, not the B. Okay, and Ca will remain attached with this soil surface area. This method is known as cation exchange. Here the Ca is a cation, H plus ion is a cation. Due to the attraction of negative charge ion in the soil, this cation will replace the another cations. That's why it's called a cation exchange process. Okay, this process will continue for a long time. Okay, and come to the point of we will give another example. Before going to this example, think about the unit of cations exchange. How we will measure the unit, or how we will measure the cation exchange method. Is there any unit of cation exchange method? Obviously there is a method, there is a unit of cation exchange method. Okay, this is known as the unit of cation exchange, rather unit of ion exchange method known as centimole per kg. It is centimole per kg, or the equi to the centimole per kg. Okay, it is known as centimole per kg. Okay, or milli equivalent to the per 100 grams. Okay, go to the second example. Go for the next example. This is another example of cation exchange. Okay, it is another example of cation exchange. Okay, okay. Suppose this is a soil. This soil is negatively charged due to presence of clay particles or the colloids, and Na, sodium is the positive ion, and sodium are in the surface area of the soil. Due to the in the surroundings area of the soil, there is calcium sulfate. Okay, there is calcium sulfate. Okay, calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate broken into the Ca, that is calcium, and SO4 is the negative ion, that is sulfate. It's a cation, it's an anion. Okay, due to the attraction, this cation will go and replace, it will replace Na. Na is also the cation. Okay, and another Ca will go and it will replace a cation, a positive ion. Okay, then Ca will go and remain attached to the surface of the soil. This process is known as absorption, adsorption, okay, remain attached, and the Ca cation will replace, the calcium cation will replace the cation of sodium Na. This sodium will come and attach to the negative ion, and it will create a bonding with the sodium Na2SO4, and it will create sodium sulfate. Okay, so this process due to negative clay particles or negatively charged colloids, due to the attraction of the negative charge particles, the positive charge particles will come and replace the positive cations which are in the surface area of the soil and occupy the surface area of the soil, that is known as absorption. And this process continues for a long time. This is known as cation exchange. There is an exchange of cation. Na will replace by the Ca. That is known as an exchange method. That's why it's called as a cation exchange. Okay, I think it's clear enough to all of you what is cation exchange. Okay, now cation exchange is also known as a base exchange. Why it is called as a base exchange? Okay, come to this point, because those particles, ammonium, hydrogen, those are the basic in nature. Those are the pH value is quite low, so those are the according to pH scale, those are the basic in nature, base. So it's known as a base exchange. It is also known as base exchange. Cation exchange is also known as base exchange. Okay, now come to the point of anion. Okay, anion is the negatively charged particles, that is called anion. Okay, take few example of anion which are all present in the soil. Take the few example of anions. Okay, few example of anions. Chlorium, just like the chlorine, nitrate, sulfate, phosphate, chlorine, nitrate, sulfate, and phosphate. Those are the very important negative ion or anion. Note that also in anion, can you have more than one negative charge, or maybe combines the element with one oxygen. Okay, that is a combination of oxygen and maybe one negative charge. Okay, those are the anions. Now, what is the method of anion? Basically, cation and anion, both methods are same, but there is a basic differences between the cation and anion. Anion is accompanied by the or occurred after the cation. Suppose this is a soil particles. It's a soil particles and negatively charged soil particles due to presence of clay particles or the colloids, and due to attraction of these negative particles, that is sodium is positively charged particles, are attached here, and these positively charged particles, that is sodium, will attract the opposite, will try to attract the opposite ion, then that is the sodium will come and remain attached to the surface. Okay, and after that the process of anion will start. Okay, after that, after the cation exchange, then the anion exchange process will start. Okay, and then this negative charge ion, that is the sulfate ion, is SO4, try to attract another positive ion. Okay, another positive ion try to attract another positive ion. Then what will be the result? Okay, then then Na will try to attract another negative ion, then this is the soil particles, those are negatively charged. Due to negatively charged ion, due to attraction Na, that is the cations, that is positively charged ion, remain attached with the soil. And due to this positively charged soil, the negatively charged soil, SO4 sulfate ion, negatively charged soil, uh, uh, remain attached with the Na. After that, due to the attraction of Na, that is positively charged, try to attract another negatively charged ion. Then suppose there is a NaCl, that is the sodium chloride. That is the sodium chloride. NaCl will broken into the two halves. Sodium chloride divided into the two halves. Na, that is cation, and Cl is the anion. So this Cl's third journey, and this is negatively charged ion. According to the principle of replacement, it will replace the another negative ion, and it will replace SO4. It will replace SO4, and SO4 will released and join with the Na. SO4 will released, join with the Na. Then Cl will remain attached. Then what will be the result? The Cl will remain attached with the surface of Na, and SO4 will release from here and come and join with the Na, that is sodium, that part, come to this part, and after Na plus SO4, it will be converted to Na2SO4, that is the sodium sulfate. This method is known as a anion. Okay, take another example of anion. Okay, suppose this is the soil particles. These soil particles is negatively charged as usual, and those are the calcium. Those are the positively charged ion attached with the soil surface. Due to this attraction of this positively charged ion, chlorine came and remains attached to this surface. Okay, and now still due to the attraction of calcium ion is a positive ion, it will try to attract another negative ion. Then there is a presence of sodium sulfate. Okay, sodium sulfate divided into the sodium, that is cation, and sulfate, that is anion. Anion is a negative charge ion. Then anion will start journey, and it will replace Cl. Okay, Cl. Okay, and another sodium will start journey, and it will replace Cl, chloride. Okay, then SO4 sulfate remain attached with the surface. This process, here the replacement of cation, and there is a replacement of anion by the ions, by an anions. Anions is replaced by an anions. Okay, negatively charged particles is replaced by a negatively charged particle. That's why it's called the anion. Then Cl will add with the Na. And that it will be converted into the sodium chloride. This is the basic method of ion exchange. It's ion exchange method basically related to the replacement of homogeneous ion, but rather anion will be replaced by the anion, cation will be replaced by the cations. Now, why it's essential, why it is important for the plant growth? It's very important part. Okay, it's very important for the plant growth. Without ion exchange, plant growth will be hampered. Okay, plant cannot survive. Because plant can absorb only the minerals in ionic form. Otherwise, plant root cannot absorb. Plant root absorb only the minerals only through the ionic forms. So for that purpose, ion exchange is very essential. A second thing is that normally nutrient are leached out by the rain in humid climatic condition due to more irrigation, due to provides only the irrigation. What will be the result? Nutrient are leached out from the soil, okay, by the irrigation, by the rain, if there is no exchange method. So exchange method, maybe anion or maybe cations, is very essential for the plant growth, okay. And moreover, uh, among the cations and anions, cations is more important for the plant growth. It's very widely practiced among the plants and soil, because more cations exchange capacity is more, provides more fertile soil. More cation exchange capacity provides more fertile soil. Soil plant only absorb the minerals through the ion exchange method. So cations and anions both exchange, ion exchange method is indispensable for the plant growth. Thank you.